Interview.
Hi, this is Oliver Palotai from KAMELOT and you are listening to Perkūno namai. Stay tuned.
Sveiki gyvi, čia Paulius Zanevičius iš Perkūno namų. Turiu galimybę pasikalbėti su šiandien Lietuvoje koncertuojančios grupės KAMELOT klavišininku Oliver Palotai. So, hi Oliver, how do you do?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
It's very nice to see KAMELOT finally here in this country, in Lithuania. So, how is your current tour going on? Have there been any unexpected adventures while you're on the road?
Anything is going smooth. We have a very, very experienced crew, good bus drivers, so everything is going fine and luckily nothing out of the ordinary.
So, okay, nice to hear that.
Cursory payment, truth or illusion, I know the asylum. Where dark hours linger, the sinister silence is bold into millions of tears. The sweetness of sound turns to raging thunder, a deadly serenade in the moonlight, a ring of pain, like fear on a silver blade. I am frozen, betrayed by myself. When will this end?
You have a new album, and that is called Haven. Are you satisfied with the feedback from media and from audience and the reaction to this album so far?
Yeah, very much. We charted the US hard rock Billboard for the first time, #1, which was quite a, not so expected surprise. That's quite a success for the band. And overall, it's we have really positive feedback from the fans. Most see it as a logical successor and an evolvement from Silverthorn. It's the second album with our singer Tommy Karavik, so we are really happy about it.
How was the process of making this album any different from the last one? Did you have any new approach here, or basically?
I think the main difference was actually that for Silverthorn, some songs, actually a lot of songs, were written already before Tommy joined. We were sending out back then demos to a lot of singers. I think we auditioned more than 200 singers. And for example, the ballad Song for Julie, that was one of them. That was one of the first songs I've written, and we sent it out to a couple of singers. And this time Tommy was already on the boat, so to say. He was part of the group, and the songs were written from the beginning with his participation.
So Haven is the 11th KAMELOT album, and as you mentioned, the second album with the new singer. What is Tommy's contribution to this record apart from singing vocal lines? How much did he participate in the songwriting?
The vocal lines, he was there basically all the time. It was either regarding vocals, Tommy and me. We worked via a software called VST Connect via the internet. And he also was at the Gate Studios in Wolfsburg, where he was working with Sasha Pyatt, and we were always in close contact to Thomas Youngblood in Florida to check upon the progress.
Do you think Tommy's presence in the band influenced any changes in the KAMELOT sound?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's bringing in his own colors. He is in some ways pretty close to our former singer, but maybe I wouldn't even say that it's about our former singer. It's the KAMELOT style he's adapting to, that certain special way of writing songs, the orchestrations, all that stuff is in the end the KAMELOT sound. but he's bringing definitely in his own thing. He was refreshing the band in a very special way, which we are very happy about.
Yeah.
Promise of blistering light, so in rows of obsidian. My dear, I promise death comes to all in a heartbeat, only silence. Let's play with the fire that runs in our veins. Trust in the might of a miracle. Now winter has come and I stand in the snow. I don't feel the cold, and it's all that I will ever need to believe. One day I know we will meet again in the shade of a knife.
In the beginning, a lot of fans were a little bit skeptical about the possibility for anyone to be a good replacement for Roy Khan. Of course, now we are very happy to be proven wrong. How did you meet Tommy Karevic, and how did he become a new singer? Was there a big competition for this part?
Yeah, there was not directly a competition, but of course the word was out that we were looking for a singer. So we got a lot of stuff sent in from singers all over the world. And on the other hand, we were looking for less known bands, also well-known bands. You know, we were talking to a couple of singers, and as I said before, they recorded their demo versions of 2 songs, which we wrote at the very beginning, and then we had a tour actually with Fabio Lione and Tommy at the same time, so they were changing positions. But after that, it was clear that Tommy would become the new singer.
Although Tommy joined KAMELOT, if I'm not mistaken, he's still active with this another band, Seventh Wonder. Have there been any troubles for him to find time for this band because of his another project, or did he?
Well, I know that they just recorded a DVD, as far as I know, and that they want to produce a new album. But Seventh Wonder is not exactly a heavy touring band, and they are of course a lot smaller than KAMELOT. Yes. So I would say KAMELOT definitely has priority. That was also something we agreed upon from the beginning with Tommy, you know, so that wouldn't get in the way. I myself, I have other bands. I produce a lot of young bands. I orchestrate for jazz, classical music, metal, but KAMELOT, well, has a certain priority, of course.
Yeah. And KAMELOT already has a long history. It exists almost a quarter of a century, and it's been already 20 years after the first album. So looking retrospectively to this period of time, how did you as musicians and you as people changed through the years? And did your musical priorities change by the time in any way, and musical tastes maybe?
I mean, KAMELOT was from the beginning about renewing our sound, so we are experimenting a lot. That's also something which our long-term fans are used to, and we never stand still. There are bands out there which basically deliver the same album over and over again.
Yeah,
that's cool if it's working. For us, it would mean to be very bored after a while, so we need to change. We need to have a certain progress. So I think we just modernized ourselves over the years.
There is a stereotype that everything about metal music has to be brutal and aggressive, and power metal is obviously goes against that trend, and some metalheads don't even consider this metal because of this reason. Do you think this genre, power metal, gets enough recognition in metal community, and has it gone better or worse in the latest maybe 10 years or something like that?
I can't really say, it's what it is, it's what the fans want, and we're doing very good. We're successful. If I see the festivals, there actually I saw a change over the years. That back then you had more festivals where a very limited amount of styles was presented. For example, you had typical black metal festivals. You had festivals where more the classical styles were played, or progressive festivals. And nowadays, if you look at the festival bills, you often have a total mix of all the styles, and there's power metal, there are heavier styles. So I don't see power metal necessarily be at any disadvantage. I have another band which is it's black death melodic metal, also very progressive. So I see it from different sides, and I think it's all going the way it should.
Do you already have any plans for KAMELOT after this tour?
Yeah, we go to the US for a second time. Actually, for the first time in our history, we have a consecutive second tour in the US because it's going really well there. Next year is going to be a second European tour. We have maybe Australia and Asia coming up again. We're also now going in a few days to Japan for one festival, for Loud Park, which is like the biggest metal festival there. And then 2016 we focus on writing the next album.
Okay, so these were all questions that I had. And is there anything else you'd like to say to your fans in Lithuania?
Well, I just can say I'm grateful that you guys are so open-minded, that you allow us to experiment on our sounds, as I mentioned before, that you don't think in categories, you're not like it just can be this kind of metal or that kind of music. So always allow yourself to get to know new stuff, and we will deliver new stuff every time. So, and I hope you guys are with us then also in the future.
Yeah, we will be. So thank you very much.
Perkūno namai.